I never thought a simple question could leave me utterly speechless. It was a normal morning, and curiosity got the better of me. I wanted to know when my son and his fiancée would tie the knot. I called my daughter-in-law and asked, "So, when is the wedding?" The response I received stopped me in my tracks. "We got married yesterday." For a moment, I couldn't process what I had just heard. Yesterday? How could I not know about this? How could my own child, someone I raised and nurtured, decide to take such a monumental step without telling me? At first, my mind went through a whirlwind of emotions: shock, disbelief, confusion, and even a hint of hurt. You see, in our culture, weddings are not just about two people getting married. They are family affairs, events where joy, celebration, and traditions come together. To find out after the fact felt like a punch in the gut. I decided to call my son to understand what had happened. When I got him on the phone, I could hear the excitement in his voice, but it didn't erase the sting. He tried to explain, saying it was a private, intimate ceremony. They wanted it to be just the two of them, with no distractions. They said they had been planning it quietly for months, but I still couldn't shake the feeling of being left out. After all, I had been involved in their relationship from the very beginning. I had offered guidance, given advice, and shared hopes for their future. And now, I learned about this crucial milestone from a casual conversation with my daughter-in-law. I couldn't help but think about the traditions we hold dear. Weddings are more than just the union of two hearts. They are a celebration of family, community, and shared happiness. The idea of missing out on such an important event was painful. Yet, I also knew that my son and his wife had every right to choose the kind of wedding they wanted. It was their day, after all, and they had the freedom to make it exactly how they imagined. As I reflected on the situation, I realized there was another side to consider. Perhaps they wanted to avoid the stress of a large gathering. Maybe they wanted to escape the expectations, opinions, and pressures that come with a traditional wedding. In today's world, many couples are choosing to have intimate ceremonies, focusing solely on their love and commitment rather than grandeur or spectacle. It made sense in theory, but in practice, it still hurt to be excluded from the moment. I decided to reach out to a few close family members to share the news and get their perspective. Surprisingly, some of them were thrilled. They said that in a way, this was modern love in action, taking control of one's happiness and celebrating it in a personal way. Others were a bit shocked, much like I was. They shared stories of their own experiences, some similar, some different. It became clear that the landscape of marriage and celebration is changing rapidly, and it's a challenge to reconcile old traditions with new ways of thinking. Later that day, I met with my daughter-in-law in person. I wanted to express my feelings but also hear her side without judgment. When we sat down together, she explained that the wedding had been planned in secret because they wanted a truly meaningful experience, one where they could focus on their love without distraction. She admitted that they hadn't thought about how it might feel for the family to find out afterward, and she apologized sincerely. Her words softened my heart, and I realized that their intention was never to hurt anyone. It was simply a different approach to something we all value deeply. After our conversation, I started to process everything more calmly. I realized that while my initial reaction was natural, it was also an opportunity to grow. It reminded me that family bonds are not defined by moments alone but by continuous love, understanding, and support. Just because I didn't witness the wedding ceremony firsthand doesn't mean I am excluded from their lives or their joy. Love and family can be celebrated in many ways, and this was simply one of those new, unconventional ways. In the following days, I made an effort to spend quality time with my son and daughter-in-law. We shared meals, laughed over stories from the past, and talked about their future plans. The warmth in their eyes and the excitement they had for life together made me feel included in a different, yet meaningful way. I realized that the essence of family isn't always about being present for every event, it's about showing up for each other when it truly matters. Interestingly, this experience sparked conversations with friends and relatives. Many shared similar stories of surprise weddings or secret ceremonies, and I realized that this is a growing trend. People are prioritizing intimacy and authenticity over public approval. It's a reminder that while traditions are valuable, they are not absolute. Life evolves, and so do the ways we celebrate its milestones. I also reflected on my own expectations. Perhaps I was too focused on the traditional aspects of weddings, pictures, parties, and elaborate ceremonies. While these are beautiful in their own right, they are not the only ways to celebrate love. My son and daughter-in-law showed me that commitment and joy can be expressed in ways that are deeply personal and profoundly touching, even if unconventional. By the end of the week, I felt a sense of peace. I had accepted their decision and even embraced the modern approach they had chosen. I began to understand that love, respect, and family bonds don't diminish simply because a ceremony is private. What truly matters is the shared journey, the support we offer each other, and the memories we create along the way. In hindsight, I am grateful for the shock of that phone call. It taught me patience, understanding, and the importance of letting go of rigid expectations. It reminded me that family is about connection, not control. It showed me that joy can be found in unexpected places, and that love can be celebrated in countless meaningful ways. When I look at my son and daughter-in-law now, I see a couple deeply in love, full of hope and excitement for their future. Their happiness is infectious, and it fills the home with warmth. I realize that life is too short to dwell on missed moments. Instead, we must cherish the love we witness and the bonds we share. So yes, I was surprised, perhaps even hurt at first, but ultimately, I learned a valuable lesson. Life doesn't always unfold the way we expect it to, but that doesn't make it any less beautiful. Sometimes, the most extraordinary moments happen quietly, away from the spotlight, yet they leave an everlasting imprint on our hearts. As a parent, I've come to understand that letting go is not losing, it's growing. It's about trusting that the people we love will make choices that honor their happiness, even if we don't fully understand them at first. And in the end, love is what matters most, the love we give, the love we receive, and the love we celebrate in every form, conventional or not. I now smile whenever I think about that phone call. It was a moment of surprise, yes, but also a turning point. It reminded me that life is full of unexpected joys, and sometimes the best celebrations are the ones we weren't expecting. We may not have been there to witness the ceremony, but we are part of their journey. We share in their happiness, their dreams, and their love. And in that, I find contentment, pride, and a deep sense of belonging. Because at the end of the day, a wedding is more than a day, it's a lifetime of love, commitment, and shared memories. And we are lucky enough to be part of that story, even if the first chapter unfolded in secret.